Amelia's PC exploded 3 days after we had finished building it. We came home to liquid everywhere and the PC was turned off. So I don't know if the parts work. I don't know how this happened, but down here, all of the acrylic is cracked. It could be from over tightening, could be from the change in the weather. And what I mean by exploded is you could see up the top near the CPU block, the tube has actually blown out of the socket and puffed up as if it's been melted. So what I believe has happened here is the pump in the blue line of liquid has actually stopped working. The CPU has gotten to a point where it started melting the acrylic. And so the water basically boiled the acrylic to a point where it absolutely blew out of the socket and sprayed water everywhere. Now I can see a large pool of liquid over the GPU and over the power supply shroud. So I'm just hoping that it hasn't gotten too deep into the system and that it still works. Now the main problem with cases like these is they look really cool, and I think this serves as a good lesson for anyone who is watching this video. You could go for a cool looking case, but how easy is it to maintain? So this front window here actually has the liquid cooling built into it. So in order for me to get to the problem issue, I have to drain both loops and then take apart everything. Whereas if you had a normal case that's user friendly, you could probably reach the issue straight away. This case is actually at the point where I can't even get my hand in here to clean the liquid properly. So I was unable to wipe it all up. Now I hope that the liquid that is spilt throughout is all dried up so that when we go to power it back on, there is no issues. So let's try pull this apart. We'll investigate further and I'll show you guys deeper if I find any issues and hopefully we can get it working. If you are sick of this watermark and not being able to utilize all of Windows features, then head on over to whokeys.com. Purchase a Windows 10 Pro key for $16 or a Windows 11 Pro key for $22. Use my code IFR25 for 25% off with loads of payment methods. Copy your code from the user center and paste it here to activate. They also provide you with a step-by-step guide and 24-hour support. So for me to gain access to the inside, I first need to take off the windows. So I've removed the port up the top. We're going to drain the pink as much as we can. I need to at least take all of or majority of this out, and the tubes that connect to it, I also need to make sure they're empty, otherwise obviously that liquid's gonna go everywhere. So I unplugged the port there, just released the valve, and so now we've got it all coming out. So hopefully we can get this down. Yes, that's looking good. Then on this side, I will have to work further on that, but I've got majority of what I wanted so far, which is fantastic. So we got majority of the pink liquid out at the front, so we're working on the back now. All right, we'll open this up. Oh, there we go, got it. Oh, I think we spilled a bit of liquid, which is a shame because I can't reach inside yet to put any paper towel down or anything like that because there's no hand room at the sides. Maybe I'll use a screwdriver to shove in a bit of paper towel or something. So we didn't spill too much. It actually was all right, not too bad. So let's go ahead and we'll take the front mirror off, or the front window, I should say. Then we'll have access to the inside to fix everything up. Now I'm thinking I might go with clear liquid for Amelia. It's her PC, and yes, she did want color, but I think clear liquid, so much easier to maintain because it doesn't really fall out either. So we're in. I really need to get the GPU out because I saw a little bit of liquid going down in between the PCIe lanes, and I can also see liquid going down where the NVMe drive goes. So I need to take that out and I need to see if I can dry that whole thing up. There's a lot of liquid dripping. I hope the motherboard's okay. So much liquid in there. I need to open the GPU up. It's all wet inside. It's all through the PCIe lanes as well. I wonder if I could get some paper towel in there to at least try and, you know, dry it out as much as I can. I don't want to put this machine back together until this stuff is completely dry because I'm worried I'll fry it. It's all through the NVMe as well. We'll see if the NVMe slot is okay. That was taking in a lot of liquid. Oh, a few drops going down. It's not too bad actually. There was a bit of liquid in there that just fell, so I'll just quickly clean that up. It doesn't look like the NVMe itself is too bad. We'll pop that out. Oh, behind it is wet. So it's dripped down the motherboard through the PCIe lanes and it's coming out the bottom. There is so much liquid in this part of the line, so I've laid down some paper towels. I'm gonna try and remove this, see if I can get it into the bottle. If I can't get it into the bottle, we'll try something, but it's gonna come gushing out, I think. Okay, that's okay. We're managing to hold on to, oh. There we go, I've caught it. It's okay. See if we could get it over the bottle so we could catch a bit of it. There we go. So you can see it's been sitting there for a while, that the tube has already become cloudy as well because the liquid hasn't been moving. So it's just settling all over the edges of the tubing. And that's why I think that just for maintenance sake and keeping it simple, we're gonna put some clear liquid in because there shouldn't be any buildup then. Yeah, check that out, guys. So the tube itself actually stayed in the socket, right? And you can see that it's heated up to the point where it's actually formed to the shape of the fitting. And what has happened is this is blown up like a bubble, and there's a small hole right there which all the liquid came spurting out of. That's the part that gave way. That is the weak point of this tube. In fact, it is so thin because of how much it's blown up, I could like push it in like that. All right, so I need to get this tube out. I'll undo this side first. That way what I can do is, so when I pull this out, if I put this on an angle so that it's going down, I can capture all the liquid there and then pull it out of the CPU socket, or the CPU water block, sorry. And I've got all of the liquid contained. So there's a lot of liquid going down and underneath this cover as well. So we'll remove that and check that out, make sure we're all good. Oh yeah, there's a bit of liquid under there. Oh, even around the capacitors, over here, there's liquid. You can see liquid down there on the PCIe slot. So I've got to get that all dried up. Look at that. So you can actually see that a lot of liquid has been sitting down in this part as well. That's the part on the motherboard that lights up the ROG logo. So I wonder if anything seeped behind there. I'm gonna have to check that out a little further. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with this, but there's a lot of drips still coming from this water block. So I'm not sure if the water block has kind of given way as well, and one of the seals has exploded through the intense heat that it's been going under. So I'm gonna have to pull this apart and investigate it a bit further, but it doesn't look good. Okay, it's not too bad underneath the power supply shroud. I can see one dried up spot where the blue liquid's gone in, but I can't see too much else, so it's not too bad. So a little bit underneath the screen here, like behind it. So I'm gonna remove that and we'll check that out further. Oh. So we've got a lot of liquid down the bottom here, and I can actually see more liquid down here now that I've opened it up, and at the side, which was hidden up against the wall, and on top of here as well is a lot of liquid. So I've got to get that dried up and cleaned up. This thing is completely shattered. I have no idea how this happened. It's just broken everywhere. It's okay. I'm going to try and cut out a new piece of acrylic. I took a picture of this, I took measurements as well, so I'm going to have to go to my 3D software and draw up something new, and then we'll cut it out. We actually did pretty good at hand measuring this up. It worked out first try, which is awesome. I did print it first on some normal acrylic, so I didn't waste the mirrored acrylic, and everything lined up perfectly. So that's always a good thing. Means we're not wasting too much acrylic, and we're not wasting too much time as well. So we know the pump is dead, so we can go ahead and undo that. And throw that one in the bin. I have another Alpha Cool pump, a brand new one, to go in to replace it. All right, so let's check out the inside of the water block. I did notice that there was a lot of leakage within, so I'm hoping that nothing has kind of broken the seal on the inside, because I'd really love to reuse this block. So we'll see how bad it is. Oh yeah, I can see that it's wet past the rubber gasket, so the liquid's somehow gotten out, or it's flowed in and under somehow. We'll inspect it further, and then I'll do a leak test on it to make sure that it's all okay and not warped in any places. So I am having some difficulties with this water block. It is indeed warped in places, and so it can't hold a seal. So we're actually going to remove this one, and we're going to put this one in, which is exactly the same as the previous one. So the tubes should line up, which is good, which means we don't have to rebend any tubes. Plus I can reuse the mounting that's already on there as well. So we'll get this installed. So now that there's been some time, we've let it dry out on the inside of the motherboard and in the GPU and fully cleaned everything up. It is time to fill the build and see if this PC will boot. Well, the PC's together. The only thing that we have left to do is to test whether it works or not. We did end up adding a little bit of pink and a little bit of blue to the liquid just to give Amelia the color that she wanted. But I did say to her, look, for maintenance, we want to keep it as clear as possible. Let's see if it actually works. All right, let's see. Hopefully Windows pops up. Come on. Windows is already installed, we just need the PC to work. Oh, yes, it works, let's go. Oh, that's such a relief.